Yo, what's going on? It's your boy True Steels on the Truth Serum podcast. What's going on out there, man? Black people, what's going on? That's how we kicking it off for tonight, man. That's how I'm coming for tonight, man. Black people, how's it going out there, man? It's the same as it always was, same as it always shall be. Black power. Ain't no Black Lives Matter, it's Black power. That's what we talking for tonight, baby. The energy is permeating. The energy is ready. The energy is set. Yeah, we setting precedent tonight, people. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of things that we got to converse on in our community, man. We got to be able to talk. We got to be able to have that talk. Be able to have that talk and talk that talk. And make sure we making those that talk the talk, walk the walk. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about, man. Like I said, we got a lot to talk about, man. We're going to jump it off. We're just going to kick it off right now, man. As I let this play, man. I really want black people to understand. And this podcast today, this topic today is about watching your heroes. Watching the ones that you actually look up to. The ones that you're fans of. The ones that you try to emulate. The ones that you look at and you think they're great role models for the black community. The ones that you think are doing things for the black community. Watch your heroes. Make sure that they're upholding a standard. Make sure that they're upholding a standard in our community. Make sure that they're out there working for you. Watch your heroes, man. Make sure that when they're talking to you, that they're not dictating to you. They're not talking down to you. You make them uphold a standard for our community. And we're going to just kick it off and let you know there we go. We're just going to keep it like that for right now, man. But watching our heroes, man. What do I mean? True, what you talking about as far as watching your heroes? What does all that mean, man? It's making them uphold the standard, making sure that they, are talking it or walking it how they're talking it, basically. And we've been, we know what the times we in, man. 2020 has been one of them tough years where it's been a lot of things unfolding, man. A lot of truths, a lot of things happening. A lot of things are starting to unravel. A lot of entities are starting to unravel. We're seeing people choose sides and pick the sides that they're choosing and having to deal with that, having to deal with those consequences of that. I took a sip of water just now. But watching our heroes, making sure we're making them uphold a standard is basically we have to ask questions, not just to them, but to ourselves. Why are we upholding them, empowering them? And are they empowering us? As we talked about last podcast with about Nick Cannon and Byron Allen and these guys, and we talked about them being bigwigs and to the black community, they're doing major things. And this is not to downgrade or put down any of these guys' skill set or accomplishments, but a lot of times these guys that we consider our heroes, a lot of these guys are bought off. Let's just be honest here. A lot of these dudes are bought off. A lot of these guys' money is tied to other communities and other organizations. They're not tied to the black community. So when we talk about them, when we speak on them, or they speak on issues about what's going on in the black community, we have to question whether or not are they doing this because they want to see the black community grow and they want to build in the black community and is their dollar, they want to tie their dollar to the black community, or are they doing this because they're fake revolutionaries for profit? Huh? That's something we got to question, people. That's something we got to think on. Are these entertainers, are these ball players, are these singers, are all of these dudes really for us? Are they for us or are they by us? I said that last podcast, and I'm gonna keep stressing that, each podcast. Are they for us and are they by us? Or are they created figments of our imagination? Are these guys soldiers for us or are they soldiers for the enemies? And we all know who the enemies are, right? I ain't gotta say it, right? Because every day, black people out here, man, if you're not striving to fight against white supremacy, I don't know what you fighting for. Huh? What? I'll say that again. If you're not fighting against white supremacy, I do not know what you are fighting for, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know. And some of these people are created by the white supremacists. Some of these people are by these white supremacist organizations. They're created by these white supremacist entities to be smoke screens and to be frontmen for their agenda, not our agenda, for their agenda. And I'm sad to say this, but a lot of these rappers in the rap game, a lot of them are perpetuating the things that's going on. They're perpetuating the white supremacist talking points and white supremacist viewpoints. They're perpetuating it, and they're your favorite rappers too. Oh yeah. Oh no, we're not talking about Lil Nut Nuck and Little Fruity and Little Pepper Boy. We ain't talking about them and young idiot and all of that. We're not talking about them. Nah, we don't need to be. We're not talking about those types because we already know what that is, right? We already know what a Tekashi 6ix9ine is, right? We already know he been a rat from the jump. We ain't talking about them. We know about that. But there's a lot of other rats, a lot of other these niggas being feds. Huh? A lot of other these rap niggas, these singers is feds, huh? Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, we're gonna speak on it. We're gonna speak on it. We're gonna speak on it for real though. We ain't gonna talk on no bullshit. We're gonna speak on it for real. That's right. A lot of these guys you guys look up to, man, they ain't who you think they are. A lot of these entities you guys pay attention to, a lot of these companies and corporations you buy from or you watch on TV, they not who you think they are. It's smoke screens, diversions to stop you from getting on your game, stop you from being what you supposed to be, stop you from moving in the way you supposed to move, huh? Are we ready tonight? Can I talk it how I feel it? Can I say what I want to say, huh? Of course. It's the true serum, man. We ain't playing no games on here. We ain't playing no games on the true serum, bro. We got to be here and expose their wisdom, man. We got to be out here ready to fight, speaking truth to power, man. We can't be out here bullshitting, man. Because you got a lot of these entities out here and they ain't really about nothing. They about other agendas, their own agendas. I remember back, this is a couple moons ago, not too long, but I guess you could say it was recent. But it was Jay-Z. He was doing, I think he was just now it started Tidal, and he was getting pushback from Apple, Spotify, other streaming services, other streaming brands, what have you. And they were giving him flack for whatever. I don't know. They were just giving him flack. I guess, a black man owning some shit don't appeal to everybody. I know the concept of freedom in America is a very, very tough concept for people to get. When anybody says anything about free or anything being free or anyone being free, especially when it comes to us black folk, it's an issue or it is a problem. But this man had created a company, a streaming business, and nothing wrong with that at all. And I'm not here to degrade or denigrate what his accomplishments are and whatnot. But I remember he was having flack. He was getting flack from Apple and Spotify and a couple other streaming services for Tidal, and you started seeing a lot of news reports on Tidal being fraudulent or firing of CEOs and all kinds of crap. Right? There was all these different hidden agendas, and you could tell that the white media was putting this spin, you know, because a black man decided that he wanted to own a streaming service and have a piece of the pie. They wanted to create that spin. But anyway, I'm not about to talk about that as much, but I remember when he created it, he had dropped a freestyle or something like that. And he was trying, basically, he was saying, hey, black people, you guys should, it's basically him saying we should buy into Tidal because it's his. We should buy into Tidal because he is black owned. And the people that they're persecuting or persecuting in the media look the same as you, if you notice it. And he was saying that in his freestyle, and I'm paraphrasing, but you can look it up on your own. But um, you can tell this is the thing for some of these entertainers is let's just be woke for the moment. For us, let's stay profitable with the Jewish community and the Italian community. Let's stay profitable with them, but let's act like we're representing black power and black excellence to our community, and that's and show them what we're doing and what we got going. But none of that, and all of that, and all of you know Jay-Z or any of these other big wigs, all of this flashy stuff and the money cash holes of it all, and all of that he talks, what is he building in the black community? Is his dollar tied to the black community? That's what we got to ask. Not just Jay-Z. We ain't singling out nobody. Nick Cannon was a culprit. Any of most of these rappers, most of these entertainers, we got to see where their dollar is tied to. Because can they stand on their word? Can they stand on their word? That's what you got to recognize. The people that are speaking out, the people that are saying and detesting all these things and saying all this Black Lives Matter shit and saying all this nonsense about Jewish people and everything like that and trying to go at Jews, though they're Jewish people. They're trying to go at Jewish people, but though they're tied to the Jewish people, we got to actually think, are these guys really for us and by us? We have to think on that, man. Seriously. Because if their dollar is tied to other communities and not our own, and they're coming out saying these things, you have to question what they're saying it for. Why they're saying it. There's a lot of frauds out here, man. A lot of them. Kanye West is another one, right? Kanye West, we already know about him and his trials and tribulations, and I'm not a fan of Kanye at all. I don't really like Kanye. I never really, ever really liked Kanye. I thought some of his music was good. I'm not a hater or nothing like that. You can call me whatever the hell you want to. I don't give two shits. But the fact of the matter is, I was never really a big Kanye fan. I do think he is talented as far as, he makes great beats. His clothing is trash and the shoes is buckets to me. But, you know, I never was a big fan. I always felt like Kanye was a Trojan horse in the world of hip hop. Always felt like that. Always felt like he was the Trojan horse to make the genre soft so that you can get bitch niggas to be in the genre. They had an inward way, an inward lane. I never thought he was a great lyricist, or I never thought he was ill with the wordplay or anything like that. I always felt like, he was at best, um I thought he was at best, a great beat maker and a subpar MC or a rapper rather. And I know, to me, just to me, or the purist could probably, the hip hop purist can basically speak to this. But there's a difference between a rapper and an MC, right? And as a rapper, I thought he was mediocre. But the difference I would say between, a rapper and an MC, um, a rapper or an MC rather. I'll talk about that. As MC is the master of ceremonies. That's the meaning. But an MC was someone that spoke to the people, directly to the people, and for the people, right? Not exploiting, but telling. As a reporter, or as someone that could well inform, right? As hip hop is, MCing is, right? It's an element of it, right? Hip hop is basically the art of knowing and the art of doing, and MCing is being a master of ceremonies, speaking to the people, speaking for the people. A rapper is someone that is speaks directly to the skill set, being able to rap, flow on beat. And most rappers, they speak to them, like I said, the money cash holes of it all. The glamour, the glitz, the glamour, you know, the diamonds, the diamond life, the rich life. That's what rappers are. For a long time, Jay-Z to me was a rapper. Right? The last few years he's come off as an MC. He's woke Jay at this point. He's not the I never prayed to God, I prayed to God type of guy no more. He's more of the woke guy, speaks on generational wealth and things like that. All he's a little late to me in regards to that, but uh Kanye, to me is a rapper and he's always been a rapper. So I and he's been a subpar rapper to me. I never thought of him as somebody that I thought was like highly articulate when it came to raps or wordplay or anything like that. I thought he's pretty basic. But that's neither here or there. The fact of the matter is, talking about Kanye, everybody's seen the outburst that he came out with. I think he was trying to do like some type of campaign for him trying to run for president. And he talked about a litany of different silly things, and he was being intellectually dishonest. Especially with talks about Harriet Tubman and talks about you know basically the black community, and he's known for being intellectually dishonest. He's known for just saying things out the way, and I know everybody likes to throw him, throw him some bones as far as well, he hasn't been the same since his mother died, and I'm off that train, bro. Come off that train, please. People lose parents. Unfortunately, I've lost a parent. But that is not a reason for you to exploit your community, exploit your people, say things derogatory about the black community in regards to slavery, in regards to our heroes, like Harriet Tubman, who you couldn't even hold. You couldn't hold a tree to, my nigga. You couldn't hold a light. You couldn't hold a leaf to Harriet Tubman, my nigga. Nothing. Nothing. You a sucker, Kanye. You a fully licensed sucker. Just so you know. And I'm speaking to you, nigga. You's a sucker. And you're gonna stay a sucker. And if you ever watch this podcast, we ever get to meet, I could always say it to your face, it's no problem. But you a sucker, my nigga. And really, black people don't fuck with you no more. We don't. And the ones that do fuck with you, y'all a bunch of fucking idiots. And stop taking up for this clown because his mom and his mom is passed. He gets to act like a fucking nut. Because I'm pretty sure if his mom was still around, the shit he was doing, this shit he wouldn't even try. He wouldn't even try it. So this was in him before his mom passed. Period. And we ain't got no time, black folk, for bitch ass niggas in our community. Right? We got to throw him to the wolves like the rest of them. And everybody wants to do this, oh, that's your brother type shit. That nigga ain't my brother. Okay? That nigga ain't my brother. Ain't none of my brother. You a coon ass nigga, you ain't none of my brother. Sorry. Okay? Forgive me. But nah. You ain't none of my brother, my nigga. You's a coon. You's a sucker. Right? And I don't get into like who people marry and all of that kind of. That ain't my business. I don't care about him marrying no Kardashian. And they want to throw it off on Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian people. Like, look, enough of that. Okay, enough of that. Like I said, people, you gotta watch who your heroes are. You gotta watch these people when they speak and when they do things. You gotta believe it. Now, medically, I think he received shock treatment a while back, like probably around like 2016, 2017. I think he got 5150'd and all kind of shit and received shock treatment. And you hear him always, making light of mental health and things like that. And that's not black people don't do that kind of shit. Black people we don't make fun of mental health issues, people that have mental health issues, and all of us have had one in our family who's had struggled with something, either depression or someone that was mentally challenged in our family. So we don't really get into like disrespecting people who have mental issues or making light of it or anything like that. We ain't really into that, you know. And you see, he had an album cover where he talks about I think he was talking about taking antidepressants or being depressed and stuff like that, and selling his soul. He talks about this stuff in great length. So everything I'm talking about, you can't really get at me about, because he talks about it already in great length. And he does more than talk about it. He exploits it. He exploits, to me, people who got mental health issues, people that are mentally challenged and things like that, or have issues with depression. He, to me, is exploiting it. And how he exploits it is through his erratic behavior, his intellectually dishonest discourse, the way he speaks, the way things he speaks about. Everybody knows about by now, unless you've been under a rock, you know about him with the slavery comments he made, and slavery was a choice and shit like that. And now the newest shit is the Harriet Tubman nonsense. Even though he was dick sucking white folks to try to get in the fashion industry and all of that nonsense. Even though he was out here hugging and kissing up on Trump for that nonsense, wearing MAGA hats and everything like that, and saying, "Oh, it's just a fashion statement," and wearing Confederate flags like a fool. These type of things we've been giving this dumbass nigga a pass for. And we got to stop that, black people. We got to stop just giving out passes. Now, we stopped with a few, R. Kelly and all of that stuff, but R. Kelly, we've been past that. And really, everybody tried to blame black men on that kind of shit, but black men been past R. Kelly. It was black women who had the issue with giving up R. Kelly. But we basically, he's done. He's a rat, right? A lot of people don't want to give up on Michael Jackson. Yeah, I said it. A lot of y'all don't want to give up on Michael Jackson. But that's another topic for another day, right? So a lot of y'all don't want to give up on these dudes that are straight up fucking clowns in your face, but you don't want to give up on them because they sing a good song. Fuck that. Fuck that. We ain't about to just let them get away with murder here, man. That's not how we moving, man. I had to turn that up. I had to turn the energy up in here, man. So we talking about true shit here. Watching your heroes. Who's really invested in our community, man? Who's really invested in building our community? Because we got to accept something, man. A lot of these people are eating off white supremacy so much. They've eaten off it so much, and they're dependent upon it so much that they don't want to see a full black community rise up over white supremacy. They don't want to see white supremacy fall. And these is black folks I'm talking about. Yes, black folks. They're still suckling from white supremacy power teats. Yeah, them. They still out here, hey, man, I got to get paid by these white men, man. When it's really time to really pull up the bootstrap, none of them really ready to work. There's a lot of suckers out here, bro. Energy suckers. Protect your energy. I'm going to say that again. Protect your energy. Because there's a lot of clowns out here, man. And I'm giving it to you real, man. This true steals on here, man. with the True Serum podcast. That's what I'm just talking about, man. A while back, I used to be heavy into the spoken word scene. I used to love spoken word. Um, this is back early 2000s, I believe. And I remember Russell Simmons had came out with a Deaf Poetry Jam on HBO. How many of y'all remember that? It was slamming too, man. There was some great people that came through there, man. Shout out to Black Ice. Shout out to Tommy Bottom. Shout out to Georgia Me. Um, litany of others. Litany of others. I can't even I can't even get across to think about. But I remember Lauryn Hill came on one episode of that Deaf Poetry Slam. Remember that Deaf Poetry Jam thing? Remember that? And Lauryn Hill was on there, and she did a poem. And I remember she did I don't remember the whole uh, crux of the poem as far as like everything it was about and what she said verbatim. But I remember one thing that stuck out to me in that was the title. And the title of the poem was Check Your Motives and Thoughts. Motives and Thoughts. That was the title of it. And when it comes down to your heroes, the guys that you idolize, the people that you are fans of, the people that you love, people that you like, people that you admire, people that you emulate, cannot stress this even further. Check their motives. Check their thoughts. Who are they? Who are they? Who are these people that we're following? Who are they? Are they really speaking for our community? Are these spokesmen for our community? Did we erect or elect them as the spokesman for the black community? Have we? Are we? Who are these niggas? That's basically what you gotta ask. Who is this nigga? And how does he or she get to speak for the black community? And who are they to speak to us? Who requested you? What sanctions you getting a meeting with us? Talking to us, dictating to us. Who sent you? Who sent you? That's what we got to question, people. Question it all. Who are these people? Black people, man, we cannot be falling for no okie doke. We way too grown. We are old people, bro. We are old people. I'm gonna run that back. We are old people, man. We've been here. So it's too late in the game for us not to really be checking people's motives and thoughts. We have to watch who our heroes are. Watch who our kids are following. Now more than ever, we got to watch, how we raise our children and what we let them watch and what we let them see. All these cartoons are not good. A lot of these cartoons are agenda-driven, agenda-based. There's a lot of them that wanna come out and try to make your kid be gay, make your kid a transgender, make your kid some type of lesbian. A lot of them with hidden agendas, man. So you gotta protect your energy. You gotta protect the energy of your kids. Protect the energy of your family. If you're a black man, the biggest gift you can give to the black community, the biggest gift that a black man. Hold on, let me turn this shit down, man, because I need to talk to us men right quick, bro. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. The biggest gift the black man can give to his community is building, starting, and raising a family. That's the truth. I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna turn it down one more time. I'm gonna turn it down one more time because I want you guys to hear me clear. Now, as I say that, as I say, black man, the biggest gift you can give to the black community is building, starting, and raising a family. I also say a man can have as many children as he wants. Yes, a man can have as many children as he wants. Long as you taking care of them, long as you raising them, long as you feeding them, long as you are giving them the wisdom and knowledge that they need to survive and to be great, you can have as many children as you want. Be fruitful. It's not for us. It's not for us not to be. It's not for us not to be. Build your family, grow your family, raise your family, my niggas. Raise them. Build them up. Find you a queen. And if it take two, find you two. If it take three, find you three. But you got to raise them. You got to build them. You got to empower them. You got to make sure that they know their worth. Businesses. Wealth. Focus on it. All my young niggas out here. It's time for us to start waking up, bruh. Yeah, you nigga. You got to start waking up. Playtime is over. You got to arm your kids. You got to arm your wife. You got to arm them. Teach them gun health. Good gun health. Take them to the range. Teach them how to unload and load a weapon. Teach them how to clean a weapon. Hold a weapon. Teach them that they're not for games. Teach them what they need to know. Teach them good finances, mathematics. Teach them science. Teach them history, our history. Our history is the only history that matters. Yes, I said that. I said that. I am him. I am him. I said that. Our history is the only history that matters. I said that. I am him. That's what I'm talking about. The energy is permeating the night, people. It's going throughout. It's going through everybody, man. We protecting that energy. It's vibrating. Let's vibrate even higher. Let's get our frequency level even higher, man. Protect that energy. Watch your heroes, man. Check their motives and thoughts. Because everybody ain't for you, bruh. Everybody that look like they for you, they ain't for you, bruh. They for themselves. And if you're not uplifting your people, if you're not uplifting your village, because I'm going to start referring to the black community as the village. That's what we are. We're the village. If you're not protecting the village, then you're not for us. You're not from this tribe. We traded you. You remember back when Dave Chappelle had the show and they did the draft and they were trading, different races of people. Like they traded Tiger Woods to the Asians or the white folks. Or I forgot where he got traded, but we traded him from the black people, basically, right? We traded the Wu-Tang to the Asians or some shit. That was a funny episode. Brilliant episode, by the way, by Dave. But that was a funny episode, bruh. It was hilarious. But, I mean, that's what we got to do. Protect our village. Our children are on the line here. Hey, dare I say it? Our reputation is on the line. Yes, our reputation. What's our reputation, True? I'm glad you asked. Our reputation of being the gods of this earth. the kings and queens of this nation, the starters of civilization. Our reputation is on the line. Make sure that you're building. My young men, it's time for you to wake up. As we ride for you, as I ride for you, to stop this police brutality and these race soldiers trying to come out here and try to kill us and shit like that. I want you guys to be smart too. I want you to start implementing some things in your daily routine. Understand, when you go outside, you are under attack, black man. The day you step outside, you are under attack. I say black man, I mean black mankind. So I'm speaking to the women too. But understand, you are under attack out here. Understand, there ain't no games being played. No one out there gives a fuck about you. You gotta tell this to your children. You gotta let your kids know this. Outside the doors, no one gives a fuck about you, gives a fuck about whatever you do. You know, I used to cringe, right? When I see, you know, young black kids, young black boys, they be babies or whatnot, toddlers, toddler age, or young black kids, period. You know, I'd see them, and then you had those white folks, you know, they in the mall, where you be in the mall, or you be in the lunch line somewhere at Chick-fil-A, and the white lady and the white man are just cuckoo kikiing with your little baby, right? He's so cute. Oh, wow. What is his name? Oh, I love her hair. Right? I cringe at it because in my mind I'm like, yeah, you're doing that now, but pretty soon you're going to look at them as a fucking victim. You're going to look at them as something else. You're going to look at them as adults when they're just kids. And you're going to try to kill them, or you're going to try to get them killed. I get disgusted with that. I do. We got to protect our energy, man. We got to protect our children. Protecting our energy is protecting our children, protecting our families. Make black families great again. Make black families great again. And it's the same as it always was, same as it always shall be. Black power. Not Black Lives Matter. Black power. We're not about to play no games, man. We got to talk about a few more clowns as we talk about watching our heroes and watching these people that we idolize and watch these people that we pay attention to and give our time to and our energy to. Another clown, he's an ESPN clown. I think his name is Emmanuel Acho, if I'm correct, if I'm correct in my enunciation. But anyway, he around the time George Floyd had his untimely demise by the hands of a race soldier, he came out with a podcast on YouTube where basically it's called something like The Uncomfortable Conversations with Black Men or something like that. And in his podcast, he goes on to talk about virtually just being an apologist for being black and for being threatening to the white society. And if you listen to a lot of his podcasts, a lot of this stuff, it's him being an apologist and trying to show that, hey, black people have a lighter side to us. We can be palatable. We can be adjustable. A lot of us want to go along and get along. We're not threatening. We want you to understand our lives matter too. This is the man here. And you know, if you notice anything about ESPN, they get a lot of these Sambos and a lot of these coon types to and they always do these soft shoe things about race and talk about race, and it's always on the cusp, and it's always like just disturbingly awful. It's like the worst shit ever. Like we had that one another coon, Sage Steel. I'll get on her in a second, but Emmanuel Ocho, he that I watched it as much as I could, and I could really bear to stand, but it was just basically like a bunch of babble. I mean, I'll play some for you, so you can check it out and you know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But basically, him being an apologist for the black community and why and an apologist for us being killed, which is to me, and it incenses me that this African that comes to the States and you know is trying to speak on behalf of black people, and he has no black friends. He said it himself. He had no black friends. He has white friends. And his white friends have no black friends. And so they come to him and they say, hey, they ask him all these penetrating questions about the black experience, and indeed he has none. And he just doesn't know. And now he's catapulted himself to be some type of spokesman in our community. Let me tell you something, Emmanuel Acho. You another sucker. You don't represent us, bruh. We don't know you, nigga. We don't. You don't represent us. You're not one of us. You're not from the village. You're just another immigrant sucker coming over here thinking that you one of us. You're not. You're not speaking on behalf of black people, bruh. Because we ain't on no get along, go along bullshit. We not. The village is not for no get along, go along bullshit. That's not who we are. You're going to give us our respect. As we give others, you're going to give us our respect. That is demanded. Point blank, period. And if you're not going to give us our just due respect, you're going to pay the price, period. There is no room. Understand, people, there is no room to try to surmise and work out issues with the white supremacists. There's no way we can get around that. There's no negotiating with terrorists, right? And that's what these people are, terrorists. Understand, this is the nation you built. The village has built this nation. The village has built this nation. This nation is built off the back of black folk. Right? So we're not being apologists for you killing us unlawfully. We thugging all year till Breonna Taylor Killers is here to brought justice. Till justice is brought, we thugging all year. The village is thugging all year till Breonna Taylor gets justice. And a host of others, by the way. We ain't forgot about Sandra. Oh no. We ain't forgot about McLean. We ain't forgot about Trey. Oscar. We ain't forgot about them. They are never forgotten. Their energy is through here. The energy is permeating. Their energy is permeating. They deserve justice. Period. They deserve it. And as they deserve it, so shall they get. So we don't need clowns like Emmanuel Acho coming out here talking about being an apologist. And let's have uncomfortable conversations with white folk to get us to like us. To get them to like us. Nah, we ain't doing that one, bro. We ain't doing that one. We're not playing bullshit politics. You want to play BSP, you can do that on your own time. But you don't represent the black community. We did not stamp this nigga. That nigga is a slave. That nigga is a motherfucking slave. It don't pay to be a coon, bro. It don't pay to be a coon. So as much as you want to coon it up and be a raccoon for these white supremacists, it don't pay, bruh. Because soon as we weed you out, soon as the village understands that you're just another bad weed that we need to just crop out, soon as we realize that, the white supremacists realize that. They'll soon realize that. And when they do, they'll get rid of you and another raccoon will come right up in there. And we'll dispel of them as well. Because you can't get into the garden, bro. You're a bad weed. You cannot get in our garden, bro. The village doesn't stand for bad weeds in our garden, bro. We need this food to eat. We need this food to thrive. We need this food to be great. And you coming in it in our garden is just a bad weed. You are a bad weed in our garden, my nigga. Stick to the shit you know. What like the great TLC used to say, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and lakes you used to, right? So stick to the bullshit that you used to talking about. You know, with your white buddies on the college football shows and pro football shows. Stick to talking about football. Don't come over here, bruh. Now, if you need the knowledge, go and do the knowledge. Go do the knowledge. If you need the knowledge, my nigga, go do the knowledge. But don't come over here, Acho. Because we ain't stamp you, nigga. You a slave. But we off that clown. Next, we got to talk about, what's the other ESPN clown? Wow, ESPN cracking out a lot of these motherfucking coons. Sage Steele, that's right. Now, for those that don't know, like Sage Steele thinks of herself as some biracial white woman, right? And I think she had came out recently as ESPN. Some I guess pundits at ESPN decided they were going to make a special, some type of soft shoe special talking about Black Lives Matter, black issues, social injustice issues, as they frame it. And she accuses some of her her co-workers that are pundits of basically leaving her out of the conversation of being black. Right? I'd like to pull up actually some of her talk that she was giving. Let me see, man, because I think she did it on Twitter. I want to pull it up so I can, because I want to quote this verbatim. Here it goes. I'm reading this actually from the Post, the NY Post. Headline is ESPN Sage Steele alleges black colleagues kept her off of race special. All right, so let me get to it. ESPN star Sage Steele told network president Jimmy Partaro she thinks she was excluded from network special on race in June, believing two of her colleagues, Elle Duncan and Michael Eves, tried to keep her off the show. I found it sad, this is her quoting, for all of us that any human being should be allowed to define someone's blackness. Let me read that again. I found it sad for all of us that any human beings should be allowed to define someone's blackness, Steele said in a statement to the Wall Street Journal. Growing up biracial in America with a black father and a white mother, I have felt the inequities that many, if not all, black and biracial people have felt. Being called a monkey, the N word, having ape sounds made as I walked by, words and actions that all of us know sting forever. Most importantly, trying to define who is and who isn't black enough goes against everything we are fighting for in this country and only creates more of a divide. So, first and foremost, it's a crock of shit. Because, I mean, I don't know what time Sage, I don't even know how old Sage still is. She's probably in her 50s. But, I mean, call it monkeys and N-words. You acting like you in the civil rights era, bro. You getting called monkey and nigger in the when did you what time when did you grow up, bro? How old is she? 47? That's what it says on the internet. But anyway, I remember a few years back she had made an interesting tweet. And basically it was her ridiculing the black community for, I guess, um reverse discrimination, if you will. But I remember she did something where she said, instead of praising and uplifting each other, way too many people of color choose to tear down, mock, and spew hatred at other blacks who feel differently, think differently, or make decisions that are different from theirs. That, my friends, is hypocrisy at its best. Or should I say, it's hypocrisy at its worst. So you can kind of tell this Dizzy Broad's whole situation. First off, we don't refer to each other as people of color. Number one, that's not a black term. We're black. That's it. That's all. And secondly, you ridiculing other black people because of your own hangups of you being a self-proclaimed black biracial woman. That got nothing to do with us. You're not getting any brownie points. You either black or you not. And if you don't consider yourself a black person or a black woman, rather, if you don't consider yourself that, only when it suits you, only when it benefits you, but otherwise you're playing the victim, you not black. This ain't no jump in, jump out situation. That's why I'm not a friend. I'm not a fan of people of color terms. I'm not a fan of Afro Latina terms. You black, you black. There's no jump in, jump out. It is. There isn't. There's no room for it. You're either a black man or a black woman, and if you're not considering yourself so, I really don't want nothing to do with you. And that's real. If you a black man, you a black man, and you know you a black man. You ain't no people of color. You ain't no Negro. You are a black man. You are a black woman if you are a black woman. You're not a biracial woman. You're a black woman. So when they exclude you, they know that you don't think of yourself as a black woman, you fucking idiot. They know that you think of yourself as a black and white female that has adverse opinions to the black community. So why add you to something that doesn't make any sense to you? Because you have nothing intelligent to say about race. You have nothing intelligent to give to the black community. You have nothing that you impart on the black community. You think of us as hypocrites because we don't like you, nigga. Because we don't like you. Because you turn your nose to us. Okay, that's fine. Good. You not in the village, sis. We don't know you. And you got a white man. I ain't in interracial relationships, but that's another topic for another day. But yeah, we gotta protect our energy. We gotta watch our heroes. Watch our heroes. Now, do I mean that they are heroes like you look up to them? No. I mean heroes as these are people that you're giving your energy to. Your time, effort, and energy to. You tune in. It gets you going. You have to protect your energy. That's it for today's podcast, people. Your boy True Steels with the Truth Serum. I'm going to continue to hit you with some hot fire, man. Hit you with some real shit every time. I'm coming straight at you as my man B. Sieg. Shout out to my man B. Siegel, by the way. Hope he living well. But I'm coming straight at you. Always wanted to say that. But shout out to you black people out there, man. Keep thriving, keep surviving, keep pushing, keep powering through. I'm with you. I'm for you. And I'm by you. Protect your energy. Check their motives and thoughts. That's it for the True Serum, man. Love y'all. And it's the same as it was, same as it always shall be. Black power.